Morning everyone, welcome to Joyce's Creative Corner. I'm Joycey, and what we'll do today is we'll go through our card kit for this week, the 3 cards that I have made for this week, and also if we have more time we'll make a few more cards. So let's get going. Okay, so I've already taken a card kit apart, and the first thing you'll find is your card bases. There is 6 card bases in here, I believe. It says 10, so there's 10 card bases, so you can start already making your 10 cards from that one, and then you can bring in your own card bases if you need more. The other thing we'll have in this one is 16 papers. I'll quickly go through them. How pretty is that one? Upside down. They're single-sided, so they're perfect for card making. Fussy cutting, and the last one. What else we have in here? We have a creative cuts from Uniquely Creative, and we have some doily, some stamens, and these are the cards I made with my kit. Oops, not that one. Quite cute little cards, and of course I've only just decorated them. You can go a little bit more with flowers, and you can change your sentiments if you need to. So I quite like this one. It's come out quite pretty. Okay. Oh, and of course the muslin, it's in here as well, of course. Okay, so let's get started. Now, I have already used some of the papers, obviously, because I've made these. So I have my leftovers here. As you can see, a lot of leftovers. We're going to make the same cards, but obviously with different paper. Okay. First thing is flowers. So you have in your pack, oh, there we go. I forgot to show you the flowers. A packet of flowers and leaves. They're all white. And I will go through them and show you how I colored my flowers. So you can copy or you can color them your way. Okay. So today I have used, or for those ones, Peachy Keen, Coastal Coral, and Pink Peony. And for my leaves, I have used Vivid Chartreuse. And I'll just go and get that one. So that's my Vivid Chartreuse. You need your brushes, daubers, whatever you want to use. Okay, and I will only do a few just to show you how I made my flowers. And then you can do it all off screen if you like. So, coloring in, I always have a paper under my flowers so that I don't mess my mat underneath it. You can wash these mats, but if I put a card base right on top of it, it will stay in the card base. So, just pick a color you will like, and I always start very lightly. I might go in closer, see if we can get a bit closer. Okay. And then I do my tips. And there you are, pretty little flowers. I have used the same brush for all three colors because they're such light colors that you can just mix and match a little. So my next one is Peachy Keen. Just go on the ground again. And they're such delicate little flowers, I just do it very lightly. Because if you don't like it and it's too light, you can always add, but you can never take color away. Oops. So that's our two, and we'll do another one with the pink peony, and then we have all three. You can wash these brushes. They're actually very hardy. Okay, and that's my three flowers. Now I do the backs as well normally, so I'll show you one that I've already done. That's the front and the back, only because when you're putting them in a bunch you will see a little bit of the back. That's my little bunches. So if you're not worried about it, you don't have to, but I colored in the front and the back. So that's how I colored all my flowers. Pop them away, and I'll show you how I did my green. So with my greens, you get quite a few different leaves. And what I did is a little bit of green on my brush. I just colored the whole flower just to give it a little bit of a base color. I don't want any white showing. And then up my flower. You do get a lot of ink in your hands doing it my way, but the flowers do look really good, and so do the leaves. A bit darker on the tips. I hope this is focused. Then I want a little bit on this one. These leaves are very, very delicate, so you will find that they might break as you're coloring them in. Don't worry about it. Just use a little bit of glue and pop them back on your design, on your card. So that's it. And I'll show you some samples that I did earlier. Again, I did the backs as well, but with the backs I just did a very quick color because I wasn't too fast. I just wanted to get rid of that white, stark white. So these ones are mine that I made earlier. And give me a couple more samples. Beautiful. So next, shaping our flowers and leaves. You will need a shaping mat. Of course, almost everything that I'm showing today is for sale in our store. I think I should change that to everything I'm showing you today. Sometimes we run out and they're not available to reorder, but I believe everything I've used for this collection is still available. So what I have done is I get my little flowers first and my little shaping tools. I'll just give it a little shape. I do apologize that the camera is a bit wobbly with this one. If you have golf tools at home, I did use golf tools in some of my flowers, and that is how I get the ridges. I just used the golf tool, and with the golf tool, which mine are already packed and gone for the day, I just held it down and pull forward. And obviously this shaping tool is just round, so it will give me this kind of look. I'll bring him closer. There we go. The golf tool has the ridges, so it will give you a bit more shape to it. Okay, after we do this, we're gonna shape all our flowers, and then we're going to put some stamens in it. So I'm just getting my hot glue gun and get ready to glue our flowers together. Now, how many are we gonna make? I have used 3 different colors for my coloring, but obviously if you're happy to make them all the same color, go for it. There's no rules about what color you should use. Okay. A couple of white ones still there. And my stamens are right here. Now, check out my hot glue gun is going. And we're going to get one big one and one little one. Try and center the hole as much as possible. Very gentle, because you don't want to rip your flower. Again, if you do rip the flower, just glue it back together. No big deal. Once you put it on a card, no one will see it that it was ripped. And then we have our little stamen. Completely up to you how you put your stamens in. I just thread mine in like a needle, and I have as much trouble threading them in as I do with a needle. So that's my little flower. Very petite, very delicate. Do a couple more. Do these ones. I like that color. Watch your fingers, they is very sharp. That's why I'm doing it very slowly. And the initial perforation I do into the mat. Try and save my fingers a little. Okay. We'll get another one. That's my second little flower. Check my glue gun. Ooh, glue gun is almost ready. Okay, get my shaving mat out of the way. I don't want glue on that. And all I did with these little ones is I put a tiny little bit of glue in the layers in between. I think I did that off screen. I'll do the next one on screen. And then a little bit of glue at the back just to hold it. And we'll put it aside to dry. So do another one. Oops. Don't want glue on my nails. Try and pop it in there. Get rid of this glue gun. We'll get rid of these bits and pieces. I'll clean up and come back. Okay, let's see what we should do next. Get some card bases, decide what paper we want to use and what look we want for our card. So I think I like this one. See if I can make another one of these. So my card base, straightforward. My papers that I want to use. I think I like that one. And for the bottom, something like that. Yep, I like those. So if you've noticed though, I have used the same paper to make 2 cards. So those 2 should have enough to make 2 cards for it. So let's see if we can do it again. Okay, so get my little cutter. Now this is gonna be really awkward. How am I gonna? Yep, there we go. Okay, so I'll do this one first, and I have my base and my top. So I will use this for my base, and my card is 3 3/4. So I will cut this one at 3 3/4. Excellent. So that will do well with my card base. And the other color we're going to use is this one. And now I'm having an area where I should be using this one. Which one will look better? Okay, I think I like this one better, so I'm going to use that one instead. So this one needs a band. The band is... Now when I make my original cards, I don't look at sizes. I just cut and make. So it's 1.5. So when I go to copy them, I have to remember what I made. So 1.5. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 will make us 2 cards. Okay. So this one will be this one with the band there. I think I might go that way. And I have my gold strip. That will also be in the kit, by the way. It's just a strip of gold to pop at the end. It just gives it a little bit more color. Perfect. I like that one. That will be that card. And then this card will be this one. So it needs to come off a little bit more. And this one I will use at the base and rip on it. Yep, we can do it. Okay, so I'll go and get my brown because I would like to edge my color around here. This one I left without the edges, but it's because this paper is so pale, it fits in quite well. But with this new one, I will edge it as well. So I will be edging with sepia. Oops, sepia. You will find a lot of the colors that I use are my go-to regular colors. I'll do that quite a bit. Okay. So start with this one. Oh, I know what I've done wrong. That will not fit on our card base because our card base, yep, needs some trimmed off. So my cutter, and I will be trimming about there. So it will be 5. Gotta count that one now. 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 and 5/8. And if this is 5 5/8, our strip will also be 5 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. If you're not sure where 5/8 is, very quick, the way I see it, that's for example, the next medium line is 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8. So it's over there. And then the tiny little lines are 16ths. And obviously the big ones are quarters. If you're unsure, just put a mark on your paper and chop it. So let's go back to trimming. Oh, not trimming, sorry. Inking. So I will ink all of these. And this little one here. Perfect. Get some glue. And I have decided that will be at the top. That will be here. And then my strip of gold will be here. Now, before I stick it down, yes, I am the right way. With a wet glue, you get a few seconds to move it in place. And then once it's down, you're gonna rip the paper to bring it back up. This one I would like about there. Yep, I like that. Now, of course, it will be similar to my other card, but not exact, because I'm not measuring where I'm putting things down. And then this one, obviously my strip is quite long, so I will trim it before I stick it down. I believe they will fit perfectly now. Yeah, and it's a little bit off. You don't have to be that picky. A little bit of glue. That's my card base. Now, doily. So what I did with the dolly is actually quite simple. I cut it in half and then I folded. It's all up to you how you want to fold it. And then I glued it down. I think I like that. Now I'll be putting my hot glue gun back on. Only because hot glue is much quicker. And while that warms up, we're going to have one there and the second one just underneath it. Then my flowers, I am going to pick a couple of flowers. Now, I only had one of these houses, but I do have a big bag of leftovers. And I actually keep my leftover paper in there as well. few flowers if we want to. In the background. Should be a beautiful honey eater in there as well. It is easy to take everything out and find them. So there's one honey eater. Like that one. So what I might do is I might decorate it slightly different than the other one. Okay, let's see how this glue is going. Yep. Okay. All I did with this one is I popped a little bit of hot glue on each fold to hold it down. It is a little messy, but it's quick. And the second one I'll put there. Spider webs. That's it. Now, instead of the house, I'm actually going to put the sentiment down. If I can get rid of all this glue off of me. I quite like that. I want it to stand out, so you can do two things. You can do put something in the back, which I have a little bit of. Yep, I'm going to mount it. Cool. I'm going to mount it with just plain glue. Just glue it down where you will like it. I think it looks quite cool there. And then you can get some flowers out of your box that you've just made all the flowers with. Let's see, what color do I want? I have all three different colors here. Let's see if you can see them. And for this one, I will go with the coastal coral, I believe. I think these two are different than those three. They're very close in color because of the pastels. They're all pastels. So if you got better lighting than me, you might actually see what color they are. Okay, I think we'll go with these ones. Okay. Just take my glue gun and start layering my flowers. As you can notice, I've done some single ones as well. And then my greens. Oh, I haven't shaped my greens. Very easy. We're going to very quickly shape a few greens. All I'm doing is just giving him a little bit of a curve, so you can actually use something round and do it that way as well. That's all they need. Now something like this I find too big, so I am going to break it. So many spider webs. Going to pop it there. And this part, I'm going to remove that bit that's just sticking there. Just going to cut it to make it look a bit better. Yep. You can use glue for these as well, because they're so fine they will dry quite quickly with glue as well. Okay, now I would like the one we just colored, and again I'm just going to give it a little bit of shape, not too much. And I'm just going to use the single leaves, so I pull them all off. I'm going to pop them. They need a tiny, tiny little bit of glue to hold them down. Then I want a single one. Let's see if I can find a single one of my color. And I'm going to put it right there. And that's our first card finished. Okay, so similar design, similar look, complete different cards. But they look good. Our next one, now where was the next one? Is this one here. Okay, so it was that look. And a card base. And this one is too big for that. So it will need a good trim. So I will trim off screen this time, just to make it quicker. So I've trimmed my card base off screen. I will ink the edges again. I have 3 projects on the table. So things are flying all around. Okay, so I want it, that's the way it opens. So I want it this way. Cool. Just glue that one down. As always with glue, you've got a couple of seconds. You can move things around, but that looks pretty good. Now I will be putting this down here, and like this one, it's been ripped. So I'm gonna do a rip. You can use I know there is rulers out there to do that. I'm just going to use my fingers, and I'm gonna give it like diagonal. So it goes up and down a few times before it hits the bottom. And again, it's a little bit too big. And because it's a rip, I'll just go back a little bit more. There we go. Perfect fitting. I will ink the 2 edges only. I won't ink the rip part. And I'm thinking I might make this one slightly different. What I might do is I might raise this side up and then pop the doily at the back of it. Let's see how it looks. So my glue. And what I will do is I will actually glue that there. It gives me an idea of where it will go. Yep, that looks pretty good. We need a tiny little piece over here. Now I do use foam mounts, and I always add glue to my foam mounts. But when I leave large areas like this ones, if you have a cardboard that you like the height of, for example, these are perfect. They're very thin and thick. They're like 2.5 mil. This one that I've used here is a little bit thicker. They're closer to 5 mil. So if you find a piece of cardboard that you think this is a perfect height, and I'm gonna do a large area, yeah, saves cost. Okay. I think I like it. Now, we'll need another doily. And same, I have cut it in half. And then just fold it up, and let's see what it looks like coming out from there. Doesn't look too bad at all. So my hot glue gun is still on, so I'm going to go ahead and glue that in. What I'm going to do this time is put the hot glue in there, and then just slide my dolly in. Cool. And then the other one I might put on the top, coming around like that. Yep, I think I might do that. Now, you're gonna hear me yell, hot, 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 hot. There we go. And then just to hold this down, I will add a little bit of hot glue gun there, hot glue, and a little bit there. Just hold it in place for a few seconds while it dries, and it should stay there. Now, the original card, what did the original card have? Yep, just some flowers, and I don't have any more happy birthday sentiments. There was 2 in the kit and I've used both of them, so we'll have to find something else, or we can just stamp our own sentiment. Now, I do like this little one. I don't know what it will look like, but let's see what it will look like if I give it a little bit of color. Just looking for a little bit of definition so it will pop up from that card and it doesn't get lost in the picture. Yep, perfect. And again, I want it to be a bit raised, so we'll give it a dollop of hot glue, push it in, but not too much. Otherwise, you can always use a foam mount or something like that. Now, our flowers, we are going to use, let's see these ones. Yes, they look very pretty. Some more here. There we go. Let's see what sentiments we have here. We have this is the life. Why not? I actually will make it slightly smaller. Yep. Again, I'm going to use some hot glue and I'm going to give it a nice dollop so it actually is mounted. Don't press too hard, otherwise you'll push it back in. We'll just give it a few seconds to dry. In the meantime, we'll get our flowers and our greens that we want to finish it up with. And of course, you can put as much flowers as you want in it. It is completely up to you. I might give them a little bit of a shape. And again, I think that will be too big. So what I will do is I will cut it there. Okay, that should be fine. Yep, all dry already. Put my greens in. That way. Then a few flowers. And this one I'm going to pop that way. Now we give it a few seconds for everything to dry. Make sure it's all stuck down. And that is our next card. Okay, so the final one was this one. And I quite like it. I don't know if I can replicate it. Let's see what we got left. Now don't forget, I have made a lot of cards already. Well, I made 3 cards. So I'm still going. So this one will have a bunch of different color flowers. And some greens. Now, papers that we would like to use for this design are, good question. Okay, what have we got left over? That one could go for base. That's a fussy card. And that could go quite well as this, especially if we cut it on this side. We have that. That one will go well. That one again is very pretty for the base. Ooh, love that one. I think I'm gonna go that one and that one. Let's see what we can do. So this one I actually placed all the way to the cut side. I didn't leave my border like I did with the others. But I think this time using these cards, I might leave a border. Sorry, using this pattern. Let's see what we can come up with. So we need a trimmer. Actually, what am I? No, trimmer's right. Yep. Now the hot glue gun is still on. Card base. Paper. I want my paper to go down this way. So we want it there and there. You can measure, sign, put it, and I will cut it there and about there. Now I've put little marks on it. Now I've got to find them. Ah, there is the first one. And here's the second one. And that is that. Looks good. This one, what size do we want it? So I will want it to go and cover from there. So to about there, I will say. Yes, I like that idea. So if you're looking for sizes, what I'll do is before I glue it down, I will measure it for you. And then the easiest way to get my tag will be fold that enough. I go up about an inch, get my scissors out, and here we got it. Excellent. I think I like that. So the cut base was 4 inches by 5 5/8. 5 by 5/8. And then this one was 3 inches, and it worked out being by 4 3/4. So if you cut a 4 3/4 and then do a little wedge, it will work. Okay, I don't think I need to cut anything else. So let's glue this all down. Actually, I will ink this one. Bit wonky. Oh, there we go. And then this one, I would like for it to be mounted a little. So I'm gonna go and get some, do I like that height? I like this height, which is quite thin. So I'm gonna go and get some. So I like this height. It's about 2 mils. We need. Yep. Let's see what we can do. I like that idea. Okay. So I've got to ink that one. Okay, so I'm just going to put that down, and then I'll go back and ink my edges. I like it. So we'll put those two down here just to give it a little bit more stability. Cool. Now, we'll need the muslin. Saying that correctly this time? It is up here. So what I did with this one is took a piece of it, and again I shaped it. I use that side, it's a bit prettier. Okay, pretty for me is what's got more shape. Look at that. So that's how mine started, and then once I play with it, the little bits fall out and it's a bit more perfect. Now the original card is somewhere around on the table, and it looks like this. And again, I don't have another happy birthday because I've used it on these kits, so I will use something else, but in the meantime I'm gonna glue that down. All I'm gonna do for that is a nice big bunch of hot glue. It's really hot because it's steaming. I can see the steam coming off of it, so do watch your fingers as you glue it down. Next is my little flowers. Let's stick some flowers down. Let's get some greens. Put the greens wherever you think it's needed. You don't have to do them the same way as I do them. You don't have to put them in the same spot as I put them. Now I will use this one as well. Do I want the whole thing? Nope. trim that off just because I want to make it look pretty. Otherwise you can see. If you're really fussy about it, you can actually go back and color it in again and you will hide that little bit of white. But otherwise you will not even see it there that I have cut it. That one, and I might remove some of that. Pop that up there. Again, you can use glue if you just plain glue if you want to. I'm using hot glue because they're quicker. And for a class, you don't want to sit there waiting for me to finish drying bits and pieces. Okay, just get rid of a few of these, so it gives me that shaggy look. Then, there we go. So that's my new card, and that's the original. Sentiment. Let's see if we can find something in the sentiments. Comfort of homes. Dreams. Don't know. Be patient with yourself. Nothing in nature blooms all year. I might put it down here. That will look all right. And I will actually also edge it. Gives it a look on its own. I have gone a little bit darker when I'm edging this compared to those. So I've done like a few layers of color, so that way it stands out. And I'm going to use the hot glue again, and I'm going to use it a little bit on the thick side so that it stands out from the card. So when you put it down, don't get it on your finger, it will hurt. Don't press, otherwise you'll have hot glue splashing, squeezing out. How is that? I think I'm quite happy with those. They do need glitter, however my clear glitter is at class still. I'll leave it there. So I will be adding glitter later on. I do have a few flowers left over. You do have a lot more paper still left over. You will be able to make all 6 of these cards. See if I can get them all in screen. I won't be able to, unfortunately. That's 4, 5. I have misplaced 1. Okay, let's see if I can get them. Won't be able to get them all on the screen, but I will take photos of them. So you should be able to get. The only thing you won't have is the gold to do 2 cards. Everything else you will have enough in your kit to do 2 cards. You just have to add your own gold if you want the gold trim. So again, you will have everything to do these 2. And these 2. So that's it for today. And I've been told it's time to stop now because I've been at it too long and they want food. Bye everyone. See you next time.